You're the one and only America's Singing Poet.
Thank you.
How did you get this title?
I worked quite a bit for Governor Rockefeller, that's Nelson Rockefeller, when he was the governor. And then when he came to the White House as the vice president under Ford, he brought me there and I performed for him there. And he introduced me as the Carl Sandburg of our time, America's singing poet, Steve DePass. So after the show, I beseeched him and said, "Oh, that's a wonderful title, America's Singing Poet." He says, "Well, why don't we trademark that for you?" And now I am the trademark America's Singing Poet.
So you're a trademark. No one else can have it.
I am he.
You are the one and only. I am privileged. Besides knowing you for many years in your family, this is a great honor to do this interview. And I just wanted, you were going to sing something a little bit about an improvisation with regard to Nelson Rockefeller.
All right, I'll do a quatrain for you. Give me a 4 for nothing, please, Daniel. Being America's singing poet is very lonely. It gets that way when you're the one and only. Nelson Rockefeller said, "I'll give you a title, you'll never outgrow it. And I'll call you America's Singing Poet."
That's wonderful, wonderful. So it is true here. You call them quatrains? Is this what you call them?
I'm doing quatrains with Daniel because we're doing 4 lines. You know, although we could do a broad variety of improvisations, as long as we have the number of bars and a melody fixed, or just a chord structure, and I extemporize.
Now, the way you do this, it is true that you can take anything you don't even know about, unrehearsed, and say it and put it to a poem. For example, this Oscar statuette here from 1929, one of the first Oscar statuettes here at the Lambs Club where we're shooting. Say something about it. Could you put something together
Okay.
about that?
That's 3. 4, and I have the right to come in. This Oscar is from 1929. Any viewer can recognize the Oscar design. And it's something gratifying for me to see. It's the only thing in the room older than me.
Let's take one more here. This demi-tasse here. This demi-tasse.
Okay. We're going to sing about the coffee cup. My coffee cup doesn't have a static condition. Look at this darn thing, it keeps on changing position. Talking over coffee with you, I'm rolling in clover. But I put my cup over here, and look, my cup runneth over.
So, wonderful.
Wasn't my
Well, no, but I wish I can do that. I mean, it is fascinating how you can just take
the
this.
barometer is if you make Mark laugh, then you know it's good enough.
And now this process that were you born with this here, or is it something that you learned?
I like to think of it as congenital, something that you're born with, a God-given gift, right?
So you're saying that someone cannot learn this. I could not learn this for 10.
Everyone can learn it to a degree. I happen to be better at it than anyone else.
Well, that's quite good. That's true. But we're gonna hear you sing because you write extraordinary as well. Very good song.
From your mouth, from your mouth.
And we have a song coming up called "The American Story," which is fascinating.
I'm happy you're letting me do that story. I'm in love with that project.
It's a fascinating story, and our viewers will see how how it gets to the heart about a certain time in our history, in American history.
A quick comment. This is what I call verisimilitude. It holds the truth. And we talk about oral history. When I was a child going to the ghetto barbershops, I heard these wonderful stories from people who actually lived them. And this is a composite of all of those stories that I heard, and it's actually true.
Yeah, and it's true. And it was a little bit about what we were talking about earlier in the rehearsal room about during the civil rights period. And it's going to be very extraordinary to listen to this. And our viewers will really enjoy it. As we go to a break, Can you sing off to us as we go to a break something in the improv mode?
What did you call it before? You don't call it a break.
A
What
public
did-
service
A
announcement.
public
Okay.
service announcement. That's even better. That's 3. Now here comes 4, and gives me the right to come in. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to make a pronouncement. We're going to take a break for a public service announcement. Temporarily, our presence you may lack. But don't worry, in a hurry, we'll be
back.
back.